bitch. Now let me see you. Now let me see you. Right now, now let me see you. Now let me see you. Now let me see you.
Make some noise, Wave fans. Here we go. We are live from beautiful Milwaukee, Wisconsin. UW Milwaukee Panther Arena is the place. As your South Central Division champions, the Milwaukee Wave take on the St. Louis Ambush. We are live on NBC Sports Chicago. Welcome, everyone. Van McNeil alongside the voice of the Wave, Tom Wynn, and Art Kramer. Let's give you a quick pregame here right quick as we take a look at our players to watch for today's game. The St. Louis Ambush still in playoff contention. This will be our fourth of fifth meeting between the Ambush and the Wave, and we're looking at number 10, Lucas Almeida. He leads the way in assists for the St. Louis Ambush, one of our players to watch. And then I want to bring in Art Kramer here as we look at number 79. He's a player, he's a coach, he's won a couple of championships here in Milwaukee, Everton.
Well, we know this is a special day, it's St. Patrick's Day, but it's also special because if you look down to the other team in their teal and white uniforms, you got a guy down there, as Van said, that helped this city win a couple championships. Number 79, Everton. It's his final game here today in the Panther Arena. Let's have a hand for number 79, Everton.
Like Art was saying, Everton did win a couple of championships with us here in Milwaukee. Now we look at the other side, the good guys, your six-time champion, Milwaukee Wave.
Professional soccer on NBC Sports.
As we look at Ian Bennett, there's your man right there, someone you got to cheer for, who leads the league in goal scoring. And there wouldn't be any Ian Bennett without a Max Ferdinand, who's also leading the way in assists. The voice of the Wave, Tom Wynn, this tag team duo, back at it again this season, Tommy.
Yeah, the IMAX tandem as good as ever, Van. And, you know, for 3 years, they have really combined to lead this Wave offense. Can't forget about the other guys, supporting cast, especially goalkeeper Josh Lemos, that back up Ian and Max. But there's no doubt about it. The IMAX tandem is one of the key pieces of this team and in the entire league.
All right, we got a great game for you. Wave fans, are you ready? Are you ready for some shenanigans? Happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you that are watching. We are live on NBC Sports Chicago. Kickoff is next. Arena as we give it up for Everton. Really, dude? You're playing your last professional game?
Yeah, it's my last professional game in here. Yeah.
Still gonna keep on coaching though, huh?
Yeah, I'm enjoying the part. It's fun. Just going on the other side of the table, so it's gonna be fun. But I definitely gonna miss playing. And for me, it's special to be the last game here in Milwaukee.
To win those two championships with us, three championships with us, yes, had to be very, very special, right?
Yeah, it's very special. I mean, the organization here is amazing. I'm very grateful that I played here. I'm very grateful for where I am right now with St. Louis Ambush, so this game couldn't be special for me.
As we rejoin live on NBC Sports Chicago, we give it up to former Milwaukee Wave player. He's now playing on the other side, but it is his last regular season game. He's still coaching. He won 3 championships with us back in the day. You said you didn't want to cry. I think you want to turn those tears into some fury, right?
Yes, I can't cry, man. I can't cry in front of the crowd, in front of my family and friends. I know that they'll make fun of me the entire time.
All right, let's get going here. A very special ceremony. Everton, as your children here, Everton, kick off the first ball. So let's do this now. Former Milwaukee Wave legend, Everton. 1, 2, 3, kick. All right, a very nice round of applause for Everton, the entire family. And may those memories live on here in Milwaukee. Let's get this game going. Let's go up to Tom and Arts to take us the rest of the way.
Milwaukee Wave Professional Soccer on NBC Sports Chicago is brought to you by Wisconsin Vision and Heartland Vision. See more life. And in Illinois, visit iBoutique with 7 locations ready to serve you in the Chicagoland area. Premium eyewear for men, women, and youth. Visit iboutique.com for more.
And so we are just about ready to go here from the Milwaukee Panther Arena in downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Tom went along with the Wave Hall of Famer Art Kramer as the Milwaukee Wave donning the St. Patrick's Day uniforms, getting ready to face their South Central Division rivals in the MASL, the St. Louis Ambush. Arts, the Wave has defeated the Ambush 23 consecutive times, dating to the revival of the Ambush back in the 13-14 season. If St. Louis is going to go to the playoffs, they're going to have to find a way to beat Milwaukee at least one of these 2 remaining games. They have another game in St. Louis on March 29th, so there's no lack of incentive for the Ambush coming out here today.
No, really, for both teams, this game has huge playoff implications. As you said, the Ambush probably needs to win 2 of their last 3 to have a shot at getting in the South Central. But for the Wave, they want to make sure they try to keep pace with San Diego, who's leading the league right now. But they also want to keep their lead in the East here, the Wave, so they have home field advantage.
Milwaukee checks in as the division leaders at 16-3, 7-1 here on the black turf at Panther Arena. St. Louis, meanwhile, at 10-11, solid 5-5 on the road. And right now, the Ambush sitting just a game in back of Kansas City for the second and final playoff spot in the division in the Major Arena Soccer League. Each of the 4 divisions will have the top 2 teams in each division that will qualify for the Ron Newman Cup playoffs. Josh Lemos, the goalkeeper for the Wave. Josh in his 3rd season, Ontario native, and he has been absolutely tremendous in his nearly 3 seasons with Milwaukee. 11-0 this season with a 3.73 goals against average. That is second in the league only to San Diego's Boris Pardo. He is also 6th in save percentage at 72%. Meanwhile, it's Paulo Nascimento for the Ambush. Paulo, a Brazilian in his 2nd MASL season, 9-8. And a goals against of 6.91, save percentage of 657, which is 10th in the league.
Paulo's played all but 3 games for the Ambush this season. Casey Clark played the other 3 games, went 1-2 in those 3.
Milwaukee on the attack. Again, sporting the St. Patrick's uniforms today. Looking rather resplendent here. That's Ian Bennett, the Wave's leading scorer with 42 points, the league's leading goal scorer with 34. Now they'll work it to Ricardinho. Ricky, try maneuver past the defense, couldn't do it as Clayton Matus. Pedalera poked it away. Matus, a Brazilian in his 2nd MASL season. He was an outstanding futsal performer in Brazil before Everton, the player coach of the Ambush, talked him into coming to St. Louis. Ambush feature quite a Brazilian confederation here. 7 or 8 guys of Brazilian descent on this team. And Everton, again, a Brazilian native, and he has gone to his home country, Art, to pick up some pretty good players for this team.
Yeah, he's definitely added some quality to the team with those Brazilians. But really, Tom, the two guys that have stood out this year for the Ambush have been number 21, Justin Stinson, and number 22, Zach Reggett. Two young American players who definitely got to be strong consideration for Rookie of the Year. I'm not sure if Stinson still qualifies, but certainly Reggett, with his 20 goals and 8 assists, has a great shot to win Rookie of the Year here in the MASL.
Those are the top 2 scorers on the Ambush, with Reggett topping the chart. He's actually got 20 and 9 for 29 points to top the Ambush, and Stinson right behind him with 28 points at 18 and 10. But excellent point, Art. Possibly the 2 most dynamic young American players on any team in this league, and they have made an instant impact for the Ambush. Remember, this is a St. Louis team that only combined to win 4 games, 4 in 38 over the last 2 seasons prior to this one. And now knocking on the door of 500 this year.
I was going to say, in games where Reggett has scored 2 or more points, Tom, the Ambush is 9 and 3. So he's been a really big key to their success when they've won.
Reggett out of Kenosha, Wisconsin. Played his college soccer at Trinity International in the Chicago metro area. Wave thus far has been able to limit St. Louis's attacking zone possession. Now the Ambush able to play it in. There's J.T. Thomas, a second-year man out of Missouri State. Drops it back for Dos Santos. McGee Souza trying to line up for a shot, but lost the touch there, so he'll get it back. And the Ambush showing a bit of patience here in the early going. Once again, we'd like to welcome everybody, wherever you may be, especially those tuning in the game here on NBC Sports Chicago, but also on MASL.TV here in Milwaukee, the state of Wisconsin, down in St. Louis, the state of Missouri, the United States of America, the North American continent, the planet Earth, the International Space Station, or worlds beyond. Welcome one and all. Great to have you aboard. Should be a good match today between the Wave and the Ambush. And Milwaukee on the attack now. There's the maestro, Max Ferdinand, making the move, trying to get past Nascimento. Came out, Max to the corner. Max looking to center on the play, and Nascimento handle it outside the area. And this will be a penalty, and I believe a shootout coming for the Wave.
It's going to be interesting to see this replay. Ferdinand initially beat Nascimento on the dribble. Nascimento in his recovery. Let's watch right here. Is he outside the area? Oh, tough to tell there. Looked like he got back inside his area there. But nonetheless, the referee on the spot made the call. And as you said, Tom, this looks like it's going to be a shootout for the Wave. You see Everton not agreeing with that call. It looked like Nascimento recovered and handled that ball inside his area. But unfortunately for the Ambush, I'm not the one that's got the final call on that. It's the referee.
Yeah, there's no provision for a video review on a call like that.
Not right now. Remember last year, Tom, they did have the video review when we went to the playoffs.
So we'll have to see what Marcio has in store here. Now, Max has taken the last 2 shootouts. He's 1 for 2 in that category. Marcio going to get his chance here. Either one, both have tremendous individual abilities.
And remember, the play the Wave likes to use is the player on the balls doesn't shoot. They wait for Ian Bennett to beat everyone down the floor, and they find him as the goalkeeper commits. Let's see what Marcio does here. But you're right, a little surprising that Max Ferdinand's not on the ball here for this shootout.
Well, pretty good second option, if you will, in Marcio,
Yeah.
that's for sure. The defenders have to line up in the circle. The offense on the outside. Marcio comes in, and Nascimento makes the save.
And what's ironic about that one, Tom, is it looked like Nascimento handled that ball outside the area on the save. Watch again. Look where Paulo's outside the area with that save.
So Marcio immediately pointed to it. Well, I guess the calls even up, don't they always?
Absolutely. So I thought the penalty got called on him. I thought he was inside, but that replay there on the shootout, it definitely looked like he was outside.
Wave is still on the power play now. About 1:25 left to go, man advantage. Marcio, LSO, top of the area. Shot saved by Nascimento as he was outside the area there, but he did not touch it with his hand.
Milwaukee, which has had a pretty good power play this year, 15 to 31, 48%. That's power play goal number 16, and the Wave is on the board. They lead it 1-0.
Good one-touch passing that time by the Wave. Nascimento was able to get his left hand on that shot by LSO. Watch again right here, LSO. Nascimento going to his right and then tried to get down with the left hand, but just enough pace on that shot by LSO to get it behind Paulo.
So Luan Salas Oliveira gets his 10th of the year, also has 9 assists for 19 points. Currently 6th on the Wave scoring list. And Max Ferdinand will get the assist. Max, the league's 3rd leading playmaker, picks up helper number 25 on the year, the power play goal at 6:21 of the first period. And the Wave is off and rolling here with a 1-0 lead against the Ambush.
Nice one-touch passing to set up that power play goal, and unfortunately for Paulo, he was not able to set his feet. He was coming back to his left, wasn't able to get those feet set, and didn't have enough to keep it out with his left hand.
There's Stefan San-Louis, the veteran out of Oakland University, just outside of Detroit. San-Louis, in his second stint with the Ambush, spent some time with the Wave a couple years back, but now back with St. Louis. He's an 8-year arena soccer veteran. Nascimento sends it in. Stinson heads it off the board, then a turnaround follow off the frame. Ooh, a slick little move there by Justin Stinson, and he was unlucky not to convert there.
Stinson puts his face in his hands as he knows he had one right on the doorstep there. Just fired over the top.
So we'll take a break, media timeout. 7:59 to go, first period. Wave 1, Ambush nothing. We'll be back with more.
What kind of shenanigans are you getting into?
Hey, Van, look at this. This is the autographed Brad Beach number 84 jersey that you can bid on during the jersey auction. There's all kinds of jerseys. You can go check them out. You can bid through the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's see, if you are lucky enough to win one of these jerseys, you can pick it up at the end of the game during the autograph section. I mean, who wouldn't want one of these, right, guys?
A look at a Red Arrow skating rink downtown Milwaukee. Actually, I believe season may be over there. Unbelievable, Art. We've had back-to-back days in the 40s with the sun shining. You might actually think spring could be around the corner here.
We actually can see some grass here in Milwaukee.
Unbelievable. It's been a couple months since we saw any of that.
A couple or 4 or 5.
Well, you got to remember, we actually didn't get our first real snow till the middle of January, but boy, we got enough of it since then. As you see the foul there on the Waves, Stuart Grable. Grable in his 3rd year, veteran out of Neenah, Wisconsin, and UW Green Bay. Long throw downfield, Lemos looking for Alex Bradley. Nascimento comes out to play it away. Nascimento, very adept at handling the ball with his feet, as you see him push it out of danger that time. And in fact, probably 2 of the best keepers in the league as far as their ball handling abilities here today, Art, with Nascimento for the Ambush and Josh Lemos for the Wave.
There's a lot of good ones in the league right now with their feet. Certainly William Van Zella in Baltimore. Got to see Danny Waltman in there the other night playing for Tacoma.
Danny Waltman back from the injured list, as he had missed several games, as looks like they're going to get Almeida for a foul there on Chad Vandegrift.
By the way, not only Danny Waltman can play soccer very well, Tom, that guy's a great guitar player as well. He's been going live on Facebook quite often and enjoying Danny's jams.
Very talented individual, iconic figure with Tacoma Stars. What a game that was the other night, Art, between the Fury and the Stars. Eventually went to a shootout, and Chris Toth, the goalkeeper for Ontario, able to best Waltman and lead Ontario to a 5-4 win. That game featuring the MASL debut of former U.S. national team star Jermaine Jones, who scored a phenomenal goal to put Ontario in front 4-3 with about 4 minutes left. But the Stars were able to rally back tight with a sixth attacker goal by Michael Ramos. And then after overtime, they went to the shootout, and Ontario able to prevail. It seems like the Fury has either gone to overtime or had a shootout every other game this season.
Yeah, they're right there battling with Tacoma for that second spot behind San Diego. But you said it, Jermaine Jones said, hey, Landon Donovan, anything you can do, bud, I can do better. Scored a great goal, a cracker into the upper corner.
Landon, by the way, had a goal and an assist in the Sockers 8-3 win over Dallas Friday night in San Diego. And what is he now, 3-8, I believe, on the year for Donovan, as a foul is called there.
4-7. 4 goals, 7 assists
for 11
games.
points. So he's doing just fine, thank you, in his arena soccer debut. One more time as Jerome Laidley trying to get down the boards, and Grable or Bradley, take your choice. I believe it was Stuart Grable got called for the foul. Juwan Laidley began his MASL career, which is his third season and this season, with the Florida Tropics down in Lakeland, and was acquired by the Ambush in an early season deal. And he's been a pretty good pickup for the Ambush here. Speedy guy.
You know, getting back to Donovan, Tom, I laugh at people on social media. They say, well, he's 36, his best years are behind him, this and that. Listen, that guy, Donovan, is as fit as anyone in this league. He played a 3 or 4 minute shift the other night. I wanted to yell at the computer monitor, hey, Landon, by the way, you only play like a minute in indoor soccer at a time. He's staying on. That guy can run all day long.
It sure looks like it, as you saw the foul that time called on Juwan Laidley. Milwaukee with the early advantage here, and the power play goal by Luan Oliveira, LSO, his 10th of the year from Max Ferdinand, his 25th assist at 6:21 of the first period. That was after a handball penalty to the St. Louis goalkeeper, Paulo Nascimento.
I know we got Kyle Trimble as the lead official, Tom. Do we know who the other referee with Kyle is? See, we'll try to get that for you.
Still efforting that.
Yeah.
But that's the first time we've seen the other guy working with Kyle here today, so we'll get that info for you, pass it along. Clayton Matus able to dig it out for St. Louis. Ambush in the white. They go right to left as we look at the action here in the first period. J.T. Thomas, the Doncaster, England native who played his college soccer at Missouri State University. Now in his second year of the Ambush. There's Mathus, who's also in his second year. There's the player coach Everton, number 79. Had a nice welcome for Everton on the field here tonight, as this may be the last game he ever plays here at the arena. Again, Everton, longtime member of the Wave. Back in the previous decade, was a part of 3 championship teams here, and took over as the player coach for St. Louis last year, but this apparently is his last year as a player, so this could be his last appearance unless St. Louis plays the Wave in the playoffs.
I asked him that question. I said, Everton, this is your last game as a player. He's going to play one in St. Louis, I believe, but I said, what if you score 3 goals and your team wins? You're going to take yourself out of the lineup? And he said, yeah, this is it, which to me is a little surprising.
Nice block there. I think it was Robert Renault got out to block that free kick from Everton. Here comes Chino. Angel Curial makes a move around the sliding Everton. Lays it up ahead, looking for Andre Hain. Trying to find Renault on the near wing, but pass a bit too far out in front. Nascimento able to cover up. Wave applying the pressure, but broken by St. Louis. Here they come, 4-on-2 with Souza in the middle. Lays it off now. And shot to the middle that time by Felipe. Turned away. Credit the Wave defensively. Milwaukee, by the way, coming off that 13-2 victory over Orlando in their last outing a week ago Saturday. They have limited their opponents to just 2 goals in 5 of the last 6 games.
the Wave, the leading offensive team in the league, Tom, but as you alluded to, it's really been that commitment to defend that has pushed this team to another level. I think I said it last game, Tom. You always hear the saying that defense wins championships, and I always say, no. Defense helps you win championships, but you also need to be good offensively and in this league on special teams as well.
Wave getting the only goal of the contest so far on a power play. Marcio took a hard check there. There's a shot fired by Reggett just wide. Again, Reggett, their leading scorer. 20 goals, 9 assists for 29 points. And Lemos clearing that one out of danger, and it skips in to the front row of the stands. Ambush will put it back in. Ambush starting to get a little bit of a push offensively here. There's Mike Scharf, number 5. And just like that, Dos Santos hammers one in. And the St. Louis Ambush have tied it up at 1 apiece with 2:32 left to go in the first quarter.
Dos Santos that time, surprising Lemos, who may have been screened on that shot. A left-footed toe poke from way out. Let's see what Josh is seeing right there. Yep, a quick shot, and you see right there, Angel Curiel Chino went right in front of Lemos and obstructed his view.
Well, Chino with the best intent to try to head that away, but didn't work out that way, and the Ambush have tied it up at 12:28 of the first period. Dos Santos, who has scored a few goals here before, mostly when he played with the Chicago Mustangs a few years ago, gets his 4th of the year. Have to double check who gets the assist on that play, but at any rate, Ambush have tied it up 1 apiece. Santos trying to come down the near wall. He got cut off by Laidley, and Jonathan Santos eventually got called for the foul.
As I was preparing for this game, Tom, I was thinking, okay, if I was coaching the Ambush, we've lost 23 in a row to a team. What would I do differently? One thing I thought the Ambush would do would be come out and drop back defensively and try to counter, but Everton's come out with his guys, and they've put high pressure in the Wave all over the field here in this first quarter of play.
Well, when they're well rested, they definitely are a team that can play 200 feet, as they say. Guys like Stinson, Laidley, and a few other speedy members on that team. They can definitely cover some ground.
Reggett
as well, deceptively fast, Reggett. As ball was knocked into the stands, and you see Lucas Almeida went down there. Looks like he's holding his right ankle. It's going to be a foul on Ian Bennett. Get a look at Almeida, the veteran out of Oklahoma Wesleyan University.
Mentioned Ian Bennett. He's the last 5 games he's played here at the UWM Panther Arena against the Ambush. He has 17 goals and 5 assists. So another thing I had on my checklist would be I'd man mark Ian Bennett.
As Everton launches one up above the goal. Well, that's like a career in 5 games for some guys. My goodness.
Yeah, you got a guy that scored 17 goals and 5 assists in his last 5 in this building. He's definitely a guy you want to man mark. And certainly the Wave has other guys that can beat you, and you might not win even if you do man mark Ian Bennett, but I'm not letting that guy score 3 or 4 goals against me every game.
Ambush get it back now. Drew Ruggles steps in to knock it away. Nascimento mishit it on the clear. It comes to Hain. Andre trying to muscle one through, and he does, but nobody at the far post. Boy, great job by Hain to center that one, but unfortunately could not quite find Ruggles at the far post. Here comes Pedalera, Clayton Mathus. They'll work it back now. Felipe's got it. Felipe in his rookie campaign in the Major Arena Soccer League, another Brazilian native, leaves it back for Clayton. Clayton, who had a pretty solid first year, but suffered a torn ACL in the second half of last season, was limited to just a dozen games for the Ambush. And looks like he is just starting to come back into form for St. Louis. He had the only 2 goals for the Ambush the last time these teams met, which was a 6-2 Milwaukee victory in St. Louis a couple of weeks ago. Final 10 seconds. Long throw out to Bradley. Boy, great throw by Lemos, but Alex just couldn't quite get the touch on it he was looking for. And out of bounds with 4.5.
4.5 here. Send your players into the box. Let Ruggles go ahead and rip with the left foot and see if you can get some traffic in front of Paulo.
Drew Ruggles to send it into the mixer. And off the end board, that'll do it. Well, exciting first period. Each team with a goal, each team with some other opportunities. Wave and the St. Louis Ambush as we take a look at Douglas Dos Santos scoring for the Ambush. We'll come back with the second period tied at 1. This is MASL.TV.
Okay, starters on this line. Hey, Van, we are about to do the Sprecher Sack Race. We have Andrew and Emily from Mequon, Maddie and Jacob from Watertown, Liz and Coke from Milwaukee, Samantha and Nicole from Tosa, Danielle and Tina are from Bayview. So, you guys clear what you're gonna do. Yellow line to that line, change the sacks, and on the way back, this is a race. On your marks.
Well, if you're in downtown Milwaukee, you can take a hop on the hop. Remember, it's still free until 2020.
Even on St. Patrick's Day?
Even on St. Patty's Day, which is probably a tremendous mode of transportation to take advantage of if you're downtown celebrating here after the game. 1-1 as we go to the second period. A look at some of our St. Patrick's Day crowd here.
We've been talking about the Wave having beaten the Ambush 23 straight times. I guess if you're going to play on any day, if you've lost 23 in a row to a team, St. Patrick's Day would be a good day to play. Looking for a little luck.
Yeah, no question about it. Results earlier this year, Wave defeated the Ambush 11-5 back on New Year's Eve day here in Milwaukee. They came back with a 7-1 victory over the Ambush on January 12th. And last time these teams met, it was a 6-2 Wave victory at the Family Arena in St. Louis back on March 3rd.
Hey, Everton, you going with two lines today? I'm going to go with a third line. 5 leprechauns out there as well to help me.
Well, we'll see if the luck of the Irish is with the Ambush today. I don't know, do they have any Irish guys in the lineup today?
No, I was thinking Ross McGregor would have
complimented them nicely today.
But I did post on social media that if the Ambush wants to win today, they're going to need to bring the defensive intensity of a Bobby O'Leary. Bobby O'Leary was a great man marker that played for the St. Louis Stars back in the day. They'd need to bring the work rate of a Pat McBride. Pat was the first American-born player to sign in the North American Soccer League. And I said they were going to also need to bring the belief of a Brian McKenna. Brian used to be a broadcaster for the old St. Louis Steamers. Brian's been battling cancer here for the last 2 years, and if there's ever a guy that has the belief and courage, it's Brian McKenna. We wish Brian all the best.
Oh, absolutely. Brian, just really a tremendous credit to our profession, soccer broadcasting, as look at Guillermo Vega getting clipped down that time. Matu's going to get called for the foul. But all the best to Brian, really an iconic broadcasting figure in St. Louis, and we wish him all the best.
Brian started a corporation. It's your vibe attracts your tribe. And Brian, although he's been battling cancer, has done countless selfless acts of kindness for other people over the last several years.
Oh, little touch through. Max looking for Ian as he came to the top of the area, and the shot was blocked. Great defensive play that time. Now loose ball in front, but they are going to call a foul on Bennett. Ian's got his second personal in this half. Remember, in the MASL, you get 3 personals in each half. On your 4th, it equals a blue card, and the opposing team gets a power play. So Ian going to have to be watchful. Another giveaway. Bennett, top of the area, lays it off. Now Max trying to maneuver in front, but a good play by Laidley to poke it away. LSO steps in to take it from Milwaukee. LSO, who's got the only goal for the Wave, tried to send it off the inboards, and he is chopped down in the corner, no call. Laidley laying the wood to LSO. And here comes St. Louis. Tell you, pretty good pace going here so far today. San Luis trying to avoid the sliding LSO. And you see Lawan not very happy with the call.
Well, not happy because he didn't get the call at the other end, and now the call goes against him at this end.
Take a look one more time. He was sliding aggressively there. There you get a look at him. LSO, very intense competitor. San Luis drives one in, and that one deflects off Acosta in the middle. That one might have gone in if it wouldn't have hit Acosta.
I was going to say that shot looked like it was targeted for the lower left-hand corner, had Lemos beaten.
Follow-up, San Luis off the rebound to the right side, and he scores, and the Ambush have their first lead of the game at 2-1. And the contingent of Ambush supporters here today making some noise as St. Louis takes the lead off the chest and in from San Luis.
You see St. Louis just beat Max Ferdinand that time to the ball and just let it redirect off his body, off his midsection, and past Lemos, who I think was surprised that that ball deflected off St. Louis and got him behind him.
Well, he looked very surprised there. I think it might have been Acosta who took the shot. Have to double check that. He would get the assist. So after Acosta blocks the shot that could have gone in, he may have picked up the assist on the eventual goal. Well, you know, Acosta was the league's leading shot blocker last year, Art, so it's almost instinct when he sees the ball coming, he's gonna try to make the block. So Milwaukee trailing 2-1, and I would have to double check, Art, but I believe this might be the first time they've trailed the Ambush this year in their 3+ games.
We said it, the Ambush fighting for their playoff lives, and this is the start they needed.
Hayne turning, tripped down on the play as Justin Stinson, the league leader in fouls, commits the foul there. Justin with 40 fouls coming in. Arguably the most active player in the league, Art, between his offense, defense, fouling, and penalty minutes. Every shift that Justin Stinson's out there, something's going to happen. But you got to love the kid's energy. He's still just 21 years old. Won't turn 22 until May. Timeout on the floor, and Wave coach Giuliano Oliveira, I don't think, wants to let this restart opportunity go by without plotting some strategy, so they will talk it over. While we have a chance, we want to tell you that the MASL now has a podcast. You can join the host Craig Elston, the voice of the San Diego Sockers, as he talks to players, officials, and coaches from across the league and takes you behind the scenes of the MASL. Check out MASLsoccer.com to listen to the past episodes and subscribe to the official MASL podcast. And the Wave would like to thank Miter USA for providing today's match balls. Miter, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. Miter is a proud sponsor of the Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MASL and MASL 2.
You know, it was Giuliano Oliviero that took the timeout here, but it's actually Marcio Leite who draws up these offensive restarts for the Wave. And so Marcio probably will put himself on the ball. Ian Bennett just to his left. Alex Bradley probably down low along with LSO. You got two lefties to the right of Marcio. And Bennett to the left.
The other thing, the other advantage, when the team calls timeout, they can substitute if they want. Remember, if it's off a foul, you cannot substitute until the ball's put back in play. But when you call a timeout, you get the personnel on the field that you want.
From this look, you'll probably see either Marcio or Max run over, and then the trailing player put the ball in play. They've got the two lefties to the right.
Max steps over. Now Marcio will slide it across LSO back to Marcio, and that certainly did not go the way the Wave was hoping. Ambush trying to counter, and the looping pass ahead to Felipe is just up and out.
Just a little too much that time for the Wave restart team. Your best option is to shoot, direct, or a one pass and shot. You start getting into 2-3 passes, and your chances of success, that percentage goes way down.
Milwaukee going right to left as we looked at the action here in the second period. Wave jumped out to a 1-0 lead on the power play goal by LSO at 6:21 of the first, but Dos Santos at 12:28 of the first and San Luis at 2:14 of the second have answered for St. Louis to make it 2-1. There's a foul there. Felipe, the 26-year-old Brazilian, get called for the foul.
Austin Sinai, the referee, along with Kyle Trimble today, made the call.
Yeah, first time we've seen Austin on the pitch here.
Well, he didn't take long to get himself in the game. Austin made that first call on Paulo, sent him to the box.
Marcio trying to go around the corner, cuts it back, still got two defenders. Now lays it off for Max. Tried to get it back to him. He was falling down. And the ambush control. Pressure from the Wave, and that one stayed in play. Now Vandergriff, St. Louis native, able to eventually get it back and now slide the pass for Lemos. Josh Lemos, 11-0 in this year, 38-7 in his Wave career. That's about the best winning percentage of any goalkeeper over a 3-year span that you're probably going to find in arena soccer history. And he has been, to say the least, very impressive since joining Milwaukee for the start of the 16-17 season. His backup, Rafa Diaz, who is not active today, but has had to spell Josh several times this year due to injuries, and he has also been an excellent performer for the Wave. Milwaukee really blessed to have two solid goalkeepers, but Lemos really is the guy. We've got a delayed penalty coming against Milwaukee. And so the ambush now can knock it around and try to get their power play going. San Luis coming in, Lemos will scoop it up, and now that will stop action. And a penalty coming to Milwaukee.
It was interesting that ambush trying to get that sixth attacker on. It was Everton. Everton put the jersey on. You don't need to put the sixth attacker jersey on a delayed penalty. You can have 6 players out there all with their field jerseys on. You don't need a sixth attacker jersey. It probably took a little time for Everton to put that jersey on. He didn't need to.
Chino will go to the box. 2 minutes for tripping at 5:03. And St. Louis now will go on the power play for the first time. Ambush 43%, 17 for 40. Pretty decent power play. Wave has killed them off at 56%. Milwaukee has stopped 14 of 25. Ambush almost equal as far as power play percentage and penalty killing. And Zach Reagan puts that one away. Nice distribution from the corner from his colleague Justin Stinson, and the ambush now leading 3-1 after that power play goal by Kenosha native Zach Reagan.
Exactly what the Wave did to the ambush. The ambush turns around and does it to the Wave. Some great one-touch passing that sets up that power play goal. And there he is, the Wisconsin native out of Kenosha, Wisconsin, Zach Reggett, with his 21st goal of the season.
Right now, looking like the odds-on favorite to be the MASL Rookie of the Year. 30 points for Reggett. And he has been a significant presence on both ends of the field for the Ambush this year. Him and Stinson both. A lot of synergism between those two guys. LSO cuts it back. LSO top of the area. Launches the right footer just wide. Now loop back near side. Santos to Renault. Trying to battle through a couple of defenders in a pileup, and Nascimento covers up.
It's interesting, Coach Giuliano Oliviero is also the director of coaching for the SC Waukesha Youth Club. Zach Reggett played 1 year for SC Waukesha. Didn't play for Jules' team, played for Sean Amini, was his coach.
Boy, they should have gotten him in a lifetime contract back then. He's one that got away, I think it's safe to say. And the Ambush organization, very ecstatic to have him. That one will fall into the arms of Lemos. And if the Wave wasn't getting a little concerned when the Ambush took the lead at 2-1, I can guarantee you they are now when it's 3-1. Lemos looking up for Andre Hain. Hain, who began his indoor career with the Ambush. Turning right footer, bouncing just wide. Pops up in the air, and Nascimento will get it. Coming in today's game, the Wave, the leading goal-scoring team in the MASL with 142, and number 3 defensively, only having given up 78, so they were a plus 64 on the goal difference. St. Louis, meanwhile, a minus 21, scoring 124, but giving up 145.
You talked about the Ambush's improvement this season in the 1-loss record. And really the problem for St. Louis this season is they have not been able to string together consecutive wins. They did it early in the season where they were 2-1, but since that time it's been a win and a loss and a win and a loss, win and a loss right down the board. And just have not been able to string together consecutive victories.
Ricardinho racing onto this. Nascimento's going to get there and launch one to the rafters. So it'll be a goalkeeper distribution for the Wave when we come back from our media timeout. Good one going here today, fans. St. Louis taking the 3-1 lead on this power play goal by Zach Reggett. Coming back with more Wave Soccer on MASL TV.
Over to Doreen Michaels. What's up, Doreen?
Hey, Van, you know, birthdays are so much cooler when you spend them with the Milwaukee Wave. Wouldn't you guys agree? Yeah, okay. You can celebrate your birthday at the Wave game. The Pro Package includes classy girl cupcakes, athletic socks, and a pregame meet and greet. For your party, you can book your party from the Milwaukee Wave today, because why wouldn't you want to be cool and celebrate your birthday with the Wave as well? You know, the Milwaukee Wave, we actually love celebrating all of life's special moments. And today we have a very special anniversary. It's Sheila and Joel, and they are celebrating their 18th wedding anniversary. Can we all say happy anniversary? And thank you for sharing your special day with us here at the Milwaukee Wave. Van, back to you.
Thank you, Doreen. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Sheila. Congratulations.
Fonzie says thumbs up, Milwaukee. What are the Wave going to have to do to get thumbs up in this game, Art?
I think they just need to be patient. You know, they've had some opportunities. Some of their touches have let them down in the attacking third where they've had advantages to go forward.
Guillermo Vega now trying to get forward. And the veteran out of Union University in Jackson, Tennessee is bumped down. Back they come. Don Louis trying to come in. Nice step up there, Marcio. Marcio pushing up and trying to come 2-1. On the right, he's got Chino. Angel, Curiel, Chino on a 3-on-1. Drives it in and could not make the connection with Marcio in the middle. Cleared out of bounds. Top of the arc restart, Milwaukee.
That ball just a little behind Marcio off the boards, but then a bad mistake by Acosta to clear that ball back out of bounds. Wasn't even being pressured. Gives the Wave a good opportunity here, top of the arc.
There's our Wisconsin Vision instant replay. Taking a look there. Well, another good chance here from the Wave. Marcio will move up and lay it off near side. Shot by Ferdinand, turned around by Nascimento. Paulo Nascimento has got it going on here in the first period. Bennett with a shot. He is fouled on the follow through, and the Wave with another restart chance.
See the save by Paulo, made himself big, got his midsection on that shot.
He is pumped up today, there's no question about it. Stopped a shootout earlier, but the Wave did convert on that power play. That's the only goal for Milwaukee thus far. Bennett's pass to Ruggles, broken up momentarily. Wave gets it back. We'll swing it around to Marcio. Marcio out high, trying to see if he can do the business against McGee Souza. Good job there by Souza to knock it away, but then just a bit aggressive in the follow through, drew the foul.
Good
nice
1v1 defending that time by McGee Souza.
But just a little too much follow through there on the check on the boards. All right, Marcio again, ready to put it in. Bennett with a shot that's blocked. Delhi Ambush has blocked a lot of shots so far, and those they haven't blocked, Nascimento has made all the saves except for one.
Well, the Wave very predictable on their restarts. They're not showing shot, and the Ambush defense have been able to jump out and block those shots. One or two direct shots will keep that wall frozen and keep that defense back a little bit and open things up. But you got to shoot.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
Yes.
Max getting muscled out by Reagan, who clears that one over his shoulder. I'll tell you, Reagan is a big boy in there. And he, like I said, he's got deceptive speed as well. But his physical presence and the way he reads the game makes him seem like a veteran who's played this game much beyond his rookie season.
Thus far, St. Louis has won the physical battle here in the first half. The big question I have is, do they believe that they can beat the Milwaukee Wave?
So Max got taken down by Pepe.
And here we go again, another offensive restart opportunity for the Wave. This is the 5th or 6th offensive restart opportunity here in the first half.
These are the ones, if you don't take advantage, they do come back to haunt you. All right, Grable will run through as Max comes up, lays it off far side. Shot by Vandergriff is turned away. Vandergriff with a back heel off the board, and the ambush clear.
Paulo once again, this time sliding to his left from his knees, makes the save.
5.5 to go here in the first half. Wave at 16-3, Ambush at 10-11. Remember, Milwaukee has only lost once on the home turf so far this year. The Kansas City Comets came in to beat them a couple of months ago. They have not lost a game started by Josh Lemos in the goal this year. Oh, Dos Santos was going to come to the top of the area, and he fell on his shoulder, and it looks like he may have hurt that left shoulder. You can tell he is in a lot of pain. Just as he was about to make a move to get a shot from the top of the area and fell down on that left shoulder. And this could be a big loss for the Ambush. He is one of their key veteran defenders. Looked like he hurt it even before he fell to the turf there.
Yeah.
So this definitely could be a tough loss for St. Louis. Wave with 4 games left after today, 3 of those at home, and they'll be right back here at Panther Arena this upcoming Saturday when they host the Florida Tropics in a 6:05 Central Sign game. Call the Wave office for tickets, 414-224-WAVE. You can also order online at MilwaukeeWave.com. Wave will then have a rematch with St. Louis, their 5th and final game of the regular season against the Ambush at the Family Arena in St. Charles, Missouri. That will be on Friday, March 29th, 7:35 p.m. Great opportunity for some of you fans to go down and St. Louis and check out the Wave on the road. Not a bad road trip down there. 5.5 hours as Dos Santos getting helped off, and hopefully he's going to be okay, but he looks like he is definitely in some pain down there. And then the Wave will finish up the regular season with a pair of home games. Sunday, March 31st, 1:05 p.m. here at Panther Arena against the Orlando Seawolves. Orlando's still very much in the playoff hunt and the bid to finish second place in the South Central Division. And then the Kansas City Comets will come to town to wrap up the regular season on Sunday, April 14th at 1:05 p.m. Again, call the Wave office for tickets, 414-224-WAVE. You can also order online at MilwaukeeWave.com.
Yeah, that trip to St. Louis, Tom, is about 5.5 hours, as you said. That is if you don't have 3 young daughters that need to go to the bathroom every half an hour. Then it turns into about a 7-hour trip.
I was going to say that could extend the travel time there a bit.
This was strange because it didn't look like anybody touched Douglas at all. It didn't look like Vandegrift made any contact with Dos Santos. Shoulder just popped out.
Well, we'll see. That's going to be an important spot for the ambush to fill with Dos Santos out. I mean, he really is one of their best defenders. And so we'll see what kind of adjustments St. Louis makes. They still lead it by 2 with 4:40 left to go here in the first half. Fans outside of being on the team, the best way to know what's happening in the MASL is to tune in to Kick This every weekend. Soccer Sam discusses the ins and outs of all the MASL action. Find Kick This every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on iHeartRadio. Nascimento for the ambush. They go left to right as we look at the action here in the second period. Robert Renault keeps it alive for the Wave. R-squared, the Wave's third leading scorer with 22 points on the season. He's battled through some injuries, and he's also coming off a season in which he had ACL surgery. Andre Hain was looking on the wing for Marcio, but just couldn't make the connection there. Wave just a bit off on some of the passing here. Early in the game, Art, first period, I thought they were definitely moving the ball well. Very, very much like the game against Orlando, but haven't quite had the connection here in the second period, although, again, credit the ambush defense. Foul there as Santos got called for tripping Stefan San Luis.
Santos fortunate there that he didn't get the blue card pulled on him as St. Louis went hard into the boards.
Everton will tee one up after the restart, but we got a foul off the ball against the ambush.
It's like McGee Souza, they called for a pick that time, but as I said, physically the ambush have brought it this first half, but you know the Wave's going to make a run at some point, and when they do, psychologically, how are the ambush going to hold up?
Here's LSO, the lone goal scorer for the Wave. Nice cut back there, lays it back. Shot by Bennett is blocked. Wave was
handball
looking for a handball.
St. Louis.
And it was a handball, but deemed not an intentional handball. See Stefan not very happy with the call. Second personal on him in this half. Again, another excellent restart opportunity for the Wave.
Like to see LSO back up and show shot here. There you go.
Let's see what they do. LSO will lay it off near side. Bennett with a shot, didn't really get much of it. Nascimento easily parries it away. Wave keeping the pressure on. You know, Milwaukee's had some pretty good secondary opportunities as Santos gets called for another foul on San Luis.
What do you think, Tom? Is that 7 attacking restart opportunities and not one time as the Wave shot directly? If I'm Coach Giuliano Oliviero at halftime, I'm saying, hey guys, let's go ahead and fire away at least once.
Well, you definitely have some guys that can strike the ball on the Wave, that's for sure.
All you got to do is look back to the Orlando-Kansas City game a few weeks ago, and Richard Schmerman, who shot 3 times directly and scored all 3 times.
Milwaukee trying to bring it out of their own half. Josh Lemos coming out toward midfield. Remember, goalkeepers cannot possess the ball in their attacking half until the 4th quarter. That was a rule change prior to this year. Again, I'm not really sure if it has done a lot to enhance the game, but that's the way it is. Now Vandergriff with it. Will play it back for Drew Ruggles. .220 left to go first half, and Milwaukee again finding it hard to try to get another one past Paulo Nascimento, the ambush goalkeeper. Here's Max getting position, but he was off balance a bit in front of Souza. Didn't get much on the shot. Wave cycles it back out as Ruggles has it. Now Ricardinho. 6-year arena soccer veteran, third with the Wave. He is dumped on the play. Souza going to get called for the foul. And that is his 4th personal foul in this half. And he will have to go to the box on a penalty. Wave is going to get it another power play.
That's where that injury to Dos Santos hurts you. You're forced to play a guy with 3 fouls. Typically, that player would be on the bench with 3 fouls, but the ambush being short defensively had McGee Souza on the field.
And so, Wave, which has scored its only goal with the man advantage so far today, going to get another chance. Wave now 16 for 32 in the year and even 50%. The ambush have killed off just 18 of 40 against them, so they're only at 44%. Marcio to Ian Bennett. Ian Bennett, the league's leading scorer, has been denied so far today, although he's had a couple chances. So it's Oliveira, Oliviero, Chino, along with Ian and Max, the IMAX tandem for the Wave. LSO goes to Ian. And trying to fire one through, snuffed out by Nascimento, who again was very close to being outside the area. Chino gets it back. Reagan and Stinson on top of the PK for the ambush with Acosta, and it looks like Felipe rounding out the rest of the penalty killing team. Max dance on the ball, works it to Chino. Looking across now, Marcio. Wave could really use a power play goal to change the momentum in this contest before the end of the half. LSO's backheel pass is short of the mark as Reagan clears. Still 45 seconds to go here in the period. Man advantage will carry over for about 6 seconds into the third period if the Wave doesn't score. Bennett rolls one just wide. Ian operating in his office on the left wing. Still looking for his first goal today. Marcio, little shake and bake. Bennett again, fires off the end board across. Chino will tee it up, drives it to the middle, knocked down LSO with it. Now Marcio avoids the sliding defender off the end board in front. Bennett is quashed by the goalkeeper and a defender. And the ambush clear. And Chino with a big hit out near midfield and apparently drew the foul.
Good job by Robert Acosta on blocking a shot there close to the line. Had his body turned up the field and kept it out.
Ball sent in, cleared out at the buzzer. And the ambush have staved off all but 6 seconds of the Wave power play. They will go to locker room with a 3-1 lead. Stick with us, fans. We're going to send it down to Van McNeil, who will be talking with Wave coach Juliano Oliviero. It'll be interesting to hear what Coach Oliviero's observations are here in the first half. But excellent first half by the St. Louis Ambush. Some of the fans enjoying the St. Patrick's Day festivities. There's the St. Louis player coach, Everton, talking with official Kyle Trimble. Let's send it down now. Van McNeil with Juliano Oliviero.
All right, here with head coach Juliano Oliviero, the Midwest Orthopedic Specialty Hospital Coach's Corner. We are down. We are not out. What's going on this first half, Coach?
Yeah, we feel very fortunate. We got 30 more minutes in this game to get things right. You know what? Give St. Louis credit. And, you know, for ourselves, you know, we got to do better. Both sides of the ball wasn't good enough. You know, and now we're kind of chasing the game a little bit. But we're going to make a couple tweaks and try and get our offense going.
All right, turning up that intensity for the second half. Head coach Juliano Oliviero, the Midwest Orthopedic Specialty Hospital Coach's Corner. Are we all having fun here? Are you enjoying the game so far this St. Patrick's Day? We are live from UW Milwaukee Panther Arena. More Wave Soccer coming up live on NBC Sports Chicago.
Hey, Wave fans, please welcome our primetime dance performers, Kay's Academy of Dance. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for Kay's Academy of Dance.
Check it out. Hey, we could go down this water pond. What do you think? So beautiful.
Want some?
It's good. It's refreshing.
NorthwesternMutual.com.
All right, Wave fans, a very special St. Patrick's Day treat for you as we welcome the Glencastle Irish Dancers. How about a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? The Glen Castle Irish Dancers. Go home and take a break. It's been awesome. Thank you, Glen Castle. More Wave Soccer coming up. We're live at UW Milwaukee Panther Arena.
Milwaukee Milkmen. Hi, you guys are still playing baseball this summer, right? Yup, construction continues as we speak, and our home opener is May 24th against Chicago. Okay, good. I was wondering about tickets for me and my squad. Well, single game tickets aren't on sale just yet, but we do have plenty of options for different budgets, like full season, half season, and 9 game packs. Ooh, 9 game packs. Tell me more. Okay, well, first of all, you'll be sitting in the same seat for every game. You get a discount on Milkmen merchandise. And say you can't make it to a game for whatever reason. We make it super simple with our flexible ticket exchange policy. Whoop, whoop. Sounds like I'm saving some money, too. Yeah! This is all very exciting. I'm gonna spread the news. Spread it wide. I'm joining the Milwaukee Milkmen movement, people! Oh, wait, sorry. You guys are already work here. You're already a part of it. Join the movement today at MilwaukeeMilkmen.com. Every full season, half season, and 9 game ticket package receives a limited edition Milwaukee Milkmen jersey. Only from the Milkmen.
We had a vision of creating a sports medicine program from the grassroots level, from peewees to the pros. At Midwest Orthopedic Specialty Hospital, we are taking care of athletes and getting them back on the field. Over 80% of the patients that come to see us for sports-related injuries do not need surgery. That really surprises people. We can relate to our patients because many of us have been there. Athletes like to say they give 110%. Well, guess what? So do we.
Milwaukee Way Professional Soccer on NBC Sports Chicago is brought to you by Wisconsin Vision and Heartland Vision. See more life. And in Illinois, visit iBoutique with 7 locations ready to serve you in the Chicagoland area. Premium eyewear for men, women, and youth. Visit iboutique.com for more.
We are ready for the start of the third period here in Milwaukee. Tom went along with the Wave Hall of Famer Art Kramer, set to resume the action here. Ambush leading 3-1. And here's St. Louis taking the kickoff. They go right to left, and that kills off the remaining 6 seconds of the Wave power play that started late in the second period. Milwaukee unable to convert on that one, so the Wave now 1 for 2. Art, in your mind, what's been the story of the game here so far?
I think the physicality of the St. Louis Ambush today has been impressive. And I think the Wave has just not been sharp in the attacking third of the field. And then their inability to execute on the restarts as well has been a big factor in this one.
Stinson with a first shot, Reagan with a follow-up. Both just off the mark. Cleared into the stands, and the Wave dodges another bullet.
You heard Giuliano Oliviero, the Wave coach, speak to Van McNeil just after halftime. He said, we'll go in and make a few tweaks and see if we can come back out and get our offense rolling here in the second half.
Again, Milwaukee, the leading goal-scoring team in the Major Arena Soccer League. 142 goals coming into today's game. And they've scored their share against the Ambush, 24 in the past 3 games of this season series, in which Wave has taken the first 3, and as we've mentioned practically every couple of minutes, all 23 meetings between the clubs since the Ambush revival in 2013-14.
Trying to figure out what those tweaks may be offensively. I just think you need to make better touches in the attacking third of the field. The Ambush has done a very nice job of keeping it defensively very compact in their own third of the field. Hasn't been a lot of space for the Wave to maneuver in that attacking third.
Ambush have not exactly been a lockdown defensive team this year. They've yielded 145 goals, which is the third most in the league, actually tied for third most with Mississauga. But no doubt the Wave had a lot of restart opportunities, especially in the second quarter, and was unable to convert. And again, you really got to credit the Ambush defense for shutting them down. Here's Max Ferdinand trying to work out high as he's being marked there by Pepe. Now Guilherme Vega with it over for his defensive mate Drew Ruggles.
You look at the Ambush and you say, well, what's different today? Number one, they got Stefan St. Louis back.
Oh, turning shot, Renault, and a nice stop there by Nascimento. That one had some pace to it.
And St. Louis has contributed 1 goal. And then the presence of Everton as well has helped this team as well. That's why I said to Everton, you're going to come out today, and if you win, you're not going to play again? I mean, that's crazy.
He does make a difference.
Yes, he does.
Lemos with it, looking for Renault. Nascimento steps up to clear. Now Matheus from midfield, and a good block by Ricardinho. Lemos was still retreating to get back by his goal, and if Ricardinho doesn't block that, who knows where that would have gone.
I'm not sure Clayton got that up high enough to get it past Lemos, but good job by Ricardinho to block it nonetheless.
Here's Ferdinand walking in, trying to chip the keeper. Turned away by Nascimento. And apparently he was not outside the penalty area. He definitely is a goalkeeper who pushes the penalty area to its boundaries. There's no question about that. Chino will roll one in, and Nascimento make that save.
Referee Austin Sinai, you see along the far boards right there, he motioned that he stopped it with his head. I thought he used his hands. And Austin's a lot closer than I am.
Austin Sinai, Kyle Trimble working the game today. Wave has had the bulk of possession here early in the third period. Now Chino tried to avoid Everton, and Everton took him down. Foul is called. There you get a look at the St. Louis Ambush player coach. Potentially playing his last game here at the arena, where he patrolled the field for many years as a member of the Wave. Between 2004 and 11, Andre Hain with the attempt there, just off the mark. Now Vega with it. Vega cuts over, still trying to work his way around, and is dumped by San Luis. The foul is called.
Once again, the Wave, a couple restarts here early in the second half. Talked about them not shooting direct in the first half. Now, this isn't the best angle to shoot direct here, and they don't have any lefties on the floor.
Chino will run by as they set up for Bradley, and his shot saved easily by Nascimento. Outlet on a run down the far side. That's Lucas Almeida. Stopped there by Bradley. Vega poking away at it as San Luis tried to get it. He was chopped down by Stuart Grable, but they play on.
Said the Wave didn't have any lefties. They had Alex Bradley, who is a lefty, on the floor, but wasn't around the ball.
Everton plays it over to Scharf. Scharf is a St. Louis area native from Wildwood. You know where Wildwood is, Art?
I have no idea.
Went to Lafayette High School and eventually matriculated at Rhodes College, Maryville College, and Missouri S&T, where he finally finished up his collegiate career. Played his first couple of games with Tacoma this year and then got traded to St. Louis.
I can tell you where the Busch Brewery is, but I can't tell you where Wildwood is. I only know the important things, Tom.
You'd be a great tour guide for anybody going to St. Louis, that's for sure. Here's Bennett. Trying to hammer one in, blocked by Almeida. Santos able to get
Look
it,
out.
tipping it back. This one is just going to go wide left. Santos almost chipped in an own goal from his offensive half of midfield. Chino back the other way. Chino racing into the zone. Chino is dumped on the play. The foul is called by Justin Stinson. Take a look one more time, and I have to believe there was a moment when Josh Lemos thought this one was going in.
Josh didn't know if there was a guy on his back either, and he headed that one away.
Marcio out high, working against Stinson. The veteran fires a shot high and wide. Marcio this year, 7 goals, 14 assists in just 15 games. The 4th leading scorer in the Wave. Wave with 5 guys with 20 or more points. They have had tremendous balance this year. In fact, you go further down the list, they've had 12 players with 10 or more points. But they are struggling to get on the board here today. The lone goal from LSO on a power play at 6:21 in the first. Other than that, it's been all ambush. Dos Santos, San Luis, and Zach Reggett. Now LSO, nice poke away there. 3-2 in the zone. Centering on the play, shot and a goal! Ian Bennett on a brilliant setup from LSO. And Milwaukee back within 1 at 3-2.
Credit Robert Renault with a nice dummy as well on that pass by LSO. Watch Renault right there, a little dummy to step over. Paulo caught out of the net, and Bennett finishes first time. You talked about Paulo being very aggressive off his line. That time, a little too aggressive. Got caught in no man's land, and Bennett had an empty net to finish it into.
Number 35 for the 35-year-old native of Hamilton, Ontario. His league-leading 35th of the year.
Cheeky little dummy run that time by Robert Renault as well to step over and leave it for Bennett.
Robert with tremendous presence on the field. And you're right, Art, that really set up the play. Now, can Milwaukee seize the momentum? Vega with it. Tried to send it ahead for Max, a little too far. Nascimento will step up and clear. Looking for San Luis. And nice job by Grable, who was marking him by himself and headed back to Lemos. That one stayed in play, cleared out of bounds. Wave will get it.
You said it. Can Milwaukee seize the momentum? And let's see what happens to the St. Louis ambush. Because you knew the Wave was going to make a little run. Psychologically, where did the ambush go here? Because I know as a former player, when you've had trouble with a team, there comes that point in the game where you start saying, okay, here we go again.
Max, send it in, header, shot to goal! Guilherme on the beautiful ball from Max Ferdinand. Tied at 3.
That didn't take long, and the Wave equalized there. Guilherme Vega, a beautiful finish at the far post. St. Louis gets caught ball watching. I believe that's...
One more time as Vega ties it up for Milwaukee. Coming back with more. This is Wave Soccer on MASL.TV.
Over to Doreen Michaels. What's going on, Doreen?
Hey, Van. Foley and Lardner is proud to partner with the Milwaukee Wave in support of our local hometown heroes. Foley and Lardner has 24 offices around the globe, but they started right here in Milwaukee, and they have been part of this community for over 175 years. Now, they recognize the importance, along with the Milwaukee Wave, to recognize those who have gone above and beyond to improve our community and the lives who live and work in it. And we want to thank you for your hard work and dedication. So if you or someone you know deserves to be recognized as a hometown hero, please visit MilwaukeeWave.com and submit your pick for your Foley and Lardner hometown hero. Van, back to you.
Thank you, Doreen. You're there with my grandma, Doreen. Grandma and her boyfriend, David, longtime Milwaukee Wave fans. Hi, Grandma. Hi, David. Did you want to kiss her again? It's Ira. Go kiss her.
A little
Give her
like
a
a
kiss.
hometown hero.
Give her a kiss.
Give her a kiss.
All right, Grandpa. Thanks, David. Thanks, everybody.
Panther Arena has come to life as the Wave has come into the locker room here in the third quarter with a couple of goals to even the score at 3 apiece.
How quickly things can change, Tom. Think back to that ball by Santos back towards his own net. Had that gone in, the ambush is up 4-1, and within a minute and a half, it's 3-3.
Goals from Ian Bennett, his league-leading 35th at 6:26 from LSO. And then Guilherme Vega, just 41 seconds later at 7:07, his 5th of the year from Max Ferdinand on a restart out near midfield. Almost the exact carbon copy of a goal they scored in St. Louis the last time these teams met a couple of weeks ago in that 6-2 Wave victory. Takeaway here. Pepe lays it off to the wing. Played off the board now. Reagan drives one in. And nicely done by Chino off his chest and heading to Josh Lemos.
And on that last Wave goal, number 18, Dwayne Laidley, very slow to get back to the far post.
Chino
Left leg wide open.
Sorry, Art able to beat his man off the end board, trying to follow, and the save made by Nascimento. And eventually, the ambush clear. Now Everton, the player coach. And it looks like the Wave has got a little injection of energy in the legs from those 2 goals.
A little belief.
Chipped into the stands, and now, as you said, now the ambush has got to check their guts here because they can feel it turning. And when you've got that, not just a gorilla, an elephant on your back, of having gone 0-23 against your opponents, believe me, those feelings of doubt start to creep in.
Well, I've been there to a much lesser degree. Never lost 23 in a row, but once again, how many guys are down on that St. Louis bench thinking, okay, here we go again?
It will be a test for them. Max Ferdinand out high against Souza. Tried to slip it through. He was looking for Ruggles. Pass broken up. Now back for Nascimento. Distributed to Thomas, and JT puts it up in the stands. Top of the arc restart coming. And he knows that was a less than optimal play right there.
These are the type of mental mistakes that have hurt the ambush over the last couple years against the Wave.
They've done
no pressure.
Done a great job of squelching the Wave restarts. Can they do it again? Max, LSL. And they do it again. And like you said, Art, I'd like to see the Wave take at least one direct shot on these restarts.
There's no space to operate in. It's just way too tight.
Foul on JT Thomas. You get a look at JT and his look of disbelief on that call. First foul in this half against Thomas. Ambush did get a 4-foul call in the first half. That's how the Wave got their penalty. Power play at the end of the half. Takeaway here as Pepe trying to set up San Luis across the middle and almost did off the wall pass.
San Luis needed to hold his run another second. He got in too deep.
Andre flips it up to Vega. And good defense that time by Clayton Matus. Andre Hain over to try to get it back, and he's called for the foul. Andre, who played his college soccer at Lindenwood University in St. Charles, and began his arena soccer career with the Ambush before coming over the Wave 3 years ago. Felipe sends it up to San Luis. Kane had a touch, but San Luis gets it back. Tell you one guy, the Ambush has probably missed, Art, who's been out since the first half of the year with injury, has been Jerger Gibson. Gibson, another big target presence. Gibson, physical size. Ian Bennett! What a shot there by IB! His second of the afternoon, and it puts Milwaukee on top, 4-3.
How many times have we seen that shot over the years? Ian Bennett was such a quick release. He beats Stefan St. Louis along the near boards and then just lets fire. Watch Paulo late in getting that right foot across. And Bennett, who does that as well as anybody in the league with that quick release, gives the Wave the lead for the first time today. Or sorry, second time today, not since they've led 1-0.
So Milwaukee now on a 3-goal run here in the third quarter. As you get a look at Ian Bennett sporting the St. Patrick's Day uniform. 2 goals today, 36 on the year. As good as anybody from that right wing hitting the far post, Art, maybe we've ever seen. And now the Ambush playing from behind for the first time since Art said, since the Wave scored first in the first period.
Credit to Giuliano Oliviero, Marcelo Fontana, and that Wave coaching staff. Giuliano talked about making some adjustments at halftime offensively. The Wave has responded with 3 goals here in the third quarter.
Reagan against Vandergrift. He'll play it back out to Acosta. Acosta, the veteran out of Wartburg College in Waverly, Iowa. That one by Souza just rolled in wide.
I believe Lemos got his left fingertip to that shot and just deflected it a little wide.
Wow, if he did, that saved the goal for sure. Souza's past the middle, broken up by Max. Oh, nice move there. Now trying to come 3-1. Max on the wing. Here comes Chino. Thought Max was going to keep going on the run, but he didn't, and cleared out by the Ambush.
All we say is, you want to be a goal scorer, you got to shoot first time, not allow that goalie to set his feet. One too many touches by Chino.
Great play by Vandergrift to set it for Max. Max, back for Vandergrift. Drives one in, and a kick save and a beauty by Nascimento. Vandergrift almost able to follow it up after that. And Max gets it back. Oh, I'm telling you, we are seeing some offensive skill on display here as Marcio cranks a shot. Saved by Nascimento. Some offensive skill by the Wave and some great goalkeeping by Paulo Nascimento.
We saw Paulo get beat to the far post by Bennett. Not that time for Vandegrift as Paulo is there to kick out the right leg.
From the corner, Marcio looks. And the play broken up by Almeida. Well, it's tough to take a direct shot from the corner. So I'm not going to second guess Marcio on that one. But Almeida certainly read the play. And again, the ambush defense on the restarts, on the set pieces, Art, has just been phenomenal today. JT Thomas got called for the foul. That's his second. Marcio tripped up as he tried to get to the middle. Stinson taking him down.
Ambush racking up the fouls here today.
I believe they are the leading fouling team in the league, and among the leaders in penalty minutes. I said Stinson, that was actually Pepe. An excuse me trip there by Pepe. Vega tried to split two defenders, couldn't do it, but Wave retains possession as LSO comes over to Bennett. Ian trying to see if he can possibly get another hat trick. Believe he's got 5 so far this year. Ruggles, Bennett near side, cranks one up, tried to go short side that time, turned away Nascimento, Acosta clears. Wave clearly with the momentum in their favor now. Lemos finds Ruggles in the middle. Drew turns, he's got some space. Still coming top of the area, trying to lay it off for LSO, and a good play by Acosta to step up and intercept for the ambush. Now back for Nascimento with Renault chasing. Nascimento again, pretty good ball handler back there.
He's done a really good job tonight of dealing with that Wave pressure. It's one of the underrated part of the Wave's game is their upfield pressure by their forwards, and Paulo's handled it very well this evening.
Well, the 3 teams in the league that really put on the pressure, the forechecking, if you will, are Milwaukee, San Diego, and Monterey. It's no surprise they're 3 of the top teams in the league.
Ellen, just wait till the playoffs and you can add another team to that mix, and that's going to be the 3-time defending champion Baltimore Blast. Guys like Donatelli and Hoxie and Dantas, those guys can forecheck with the best of them.
Last minute of the third period, fast-moving third period as Wave has scored 3 unanswered goals to take the 4-3 lead. San Luis will back it up for Scharf. Now swing it to Clayton, front and center as he works against Renault on the right foot. And blocked by Renault. Great job there by Roberts.
Good read that time by Robert. It's Clayton. You know which way he's going. He's going to his right.
Clayton will put it out for Scharf as the clock ticks down just 15 seconds ago here in the third. Should have quite a finish here today at Panther Arena. 9.7 to go as that went out of bounds into the St. Louis bench. And they are going to get the foul on LSO as he cut down Scharf trying to flash to the top of the area. LSO a bit wound up there.
One guy that will shoot directly on these is number 79, Everton. See if he wants to take a timeout here. Big restart opportunity, down 1 with 6.9 left in the third.
Wave defense trying to hold the fort here at the end of the third. Everton shot, and it's blocked by the defensive wall. Ruggles chips it ahead, and that's going to do it for the third period. Well, an excellent third quarter for the Wave, but we still got 15 minutes left to play. Milwaukee will go to the fourth, clinging to the 1-goal lead. And this is how the Wave took the lead on Ian Bennett's second of the game. This is Wave Soccer on MASL.TV.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
You all know what you have to do. Forget about the crowds, the size of the school, their fancy uniforms. No one comes into our house and pushes us around.
Unleash the fury.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
Tonight, we stay with them, and we shut them down because we can.
That's still black ice. This is our pond.
That's right. Phoebe's right. We got to take it to these guys.
I want you to get up now.
Unleash the fury.
I want all of you to get up out of your chairs.
The fans are standing up to them. The security guards are standing up to them. The peanut vendors are standing up to them. Come on. All right. Let's go. We said
Do me a favor. Make some noise!
Wave public address announcer Van McNeil trying to whip this crowd into a frenzy with the prize of an autograph ball. 4-3 Milwaukee going to the fourth. Tom went along with the Wave Hall of Famer Art Kramer. We got a good one here, Art, and meanwhile in Utica with another game going on, Mo Mabuli has just hit a bomb from the right wing to put the Mississauga Metro Stars up 6-3 over Utica FC.
Wow,
that's
upsetting the making there.
Early fourth quarter. Boy, and you better believe you had just mentioned the Baltimore Blast, the three-time defending champs, as we were ending up the third period. And you know their eyes have got to be lighting up if they see Utica falter to the expansion Metro Stars.
It's going to most likely be Baltimore and Utica City in that playoff. And whatever team has home field advantage, it's really not much of an advantage anyway. And so right now we're just trying to figure out who the top two seeds in each division will be. But Mo Mabuli, what a strike with the right foot. He can do it right foot, left foot. That guy's a star, man. That's a good player right there, Mo. He's shown it all season long for Mississauga.
Former member of Toronto FC as his colleague, Dwayne DiRosario. The Metro Stars have struggled record-wise, but they've been very competitive in most of their games. Fourth quarter underway here. Wave going right to left as we look in the action. Again, wearing the St. Patrick's Day green uniforms. Typically, Milwaukee would be in the home blacks here on the black turf of Panther Arena. Stinson for the ambush, gets it back, plays it out of the corner, looking for Reggett across on the other side. It comes all the way to Almeida now against Max Ferdinand. He will play it back for Sousa.
Talk about the ambush, 9-3 in the games that Reggett scores 2 points or more. Coming into the game, Reggett had played 3 games. He only had 1 point against the Wave, and Stinson had 1 point as well in the 3 games against the Wave. Wave's done a good job on that dynamic duo of Justin Stinson and Zach Reggett.
Here's a blast from Almeida, and he scores! Oh, what a crack there by Lucas Almeida. And again, I'm not sure. Josh Lemos had a good look at that one.
Might have been screen, but look at the hands. Hands down. Yep, didn't really see around Vandegrift that time. He couldn't see it. Could see him trying to peek around. Got those hands down, though. Doesn't see it. Can't get him up in time.
Boy, big time strike by Almeida, though, and very badly needed by the ambush to stop the 3-goal run of Milwaukee, and it comes at 1:11 of the 4th period. Lucas Almeida, the 5th-year veteran, 4th year with the ambush out of Oklahoma Wesleyan, gets his 9th goal of the year, also has 18 assists for 27 points. And we are back to even at 4 apiece.
You're gonna stand in front of your goalie, you gotta block shots. He's watching the 1994 NPSL double overtime Cleveland St. Louis game this morning, Tom. You wanna talk about shot blocking in an overtime? Incredible by both teams.
Marcio hammers one just wide of the right post into the stands.
Tim Tima for Cleveland, Chris Kinney for St. Louis, Daryl Duran. These guys are blocking shots left and right.
And in case these fans are wondering, yes, that's the same Tim Tima, now one of the veteran officials in this league.
And TT could play.
He was a big-time player, one of the best defenders ever. Alex Bradley put down, foul is called. Again, Milwaukee with a restart in the attacking zone. You see Pepe got called for the foul that time. Well, so here we go. Ball driven in that time by Jonathan Santos. So Jonathan trying his luck on a direct shot, but ambush able to turn away. Now Lemos to Ruggles. Drew in his 3rd season with the Wave, his 4th in the MASL, veteran out of Georgia Southern. And as he went to the corner, look, a carpet came up a little bit there. They're going to have to do some repair next time they get a timeout.
Yeah, they should blow the whistle right now.
Now Juwan Laidley trying to come forward for St. Louis. And Kyle Trimble now does blow the whistle indeed, as go over and do a little landscaping down there. I'll tell you, that goal definitely increased the tension here among Wave Nation. Milwaukee had all the momentum going from the 3rd period, and Almeida coming out with that quick goal here in the 4th. Well, not only heightening the tension for Wave Nation, but definitely reviving the hopes of the ambush fans who are here today. We got a handful for sure. Shot by Laidley, rejected. Andre Hayne, nice touch out for Chino. Chino tried to get past one man, got cut off by another, and then Nascimento kicks the spinning ball into the stands. Top of the arc restart for the Wave.
Talked about the ambush fans in attendance, Tom. They're also having a watch party at the Post Sports Bar and Grill in Creve Coeur.
So pleasant hello to everybody down there. Hope you're enjoying the game. It's been a great one here today.
Tell those bartenders at the Post, every ambush goal, it's free shots for everybody. Brian Roth is there, and Brian always says, when Brian drinks, everybody drinks. And when Brian pays, everybody pays.
Well, there's no arguing with that life philosophy. Marcio trying to get out on Reggett. Thought he was fouled. No call, but Marcio comes back. Marcio coming in. Marcio with a shot wide, and Nascimento get it. That almost turned out to be one of the most deceptive plays in the history of indoor soccer. I wonder if we can get a look at that, Art. You give up with the play because you claim you've been fouled, and then when it doesn't happen, you lure the defense into giving you the ball right back. And he almost scored on it. Take a look at this. Well, that's the aftermath of it. But if you saw the first part, was really amazing. 10:50 to go. Dead even at 4 apiece. And that one will hop over the head of Max Ferdinand in the arms of Nascimento. Ambush will bring it up now. They go left to right. Souza for Almeida. Pass broken up by Grable. Now Vandergrift steps in to get it. Ian Bennett. Ian trying to work his way out of the zone. Look at Ian Bennett go. Ian plays it up ahead. Max Ferdinand. And Max tangled up between a couple of defenders.
Good physical play that time by Stefan St. Louis, the St. Louis forward, getting back and defending Ferdinand.
St. Louis, who spells his last name exactly like the city he plays for. Reggett. Bouncy shot, save made, Lemos. Reggett gets it back, fires a shot, and Lemos again is down to make the save.
Lemos able to see both those shots by Reggett and 2 good saves with the left hand.
Lemos coming up big for the Wave to keep this thing tied. 9.5 to go. Dumped up ahead for Hain, but it took a bad bounce. And here comes Stinson for St. Louis. Over to Felipe, back for Stinson. Stinson sandwich went down, they play on. And now Guilherme Vega is tripped up on the far side. And Almeida got called for the foul there. Been a physical game, but only 3 penalties so far. And 2 of those against the Ambush, 1 for Souza, who committed 4 personal fouls in the first half. Well, there's another foul there, and that's number 3 for Stinson, but something tells me they're not going to rest him with 3 fouls. Chino fires a left footer high.
Was that Stinson or Pepe?
No, maybe it was Pepe. See if we can get some clearance on that. Remember the Ambush. Yeah, that was Pepe. You're right, Art. So he's got 3. He's carrying 3. Well, they're probably not going to be able to rest him either because they're already short a defender with Dos Santos going out with that shoulder injury in the first half. Stinson battling with Chino. Chino pokes it away. Now Robert Renault with it. Nicely done by Robert to preserve the possession for Milwaukee.
Once again, credit Paulo in the goal for St. Louis and to really neutralizing the Waves' pressure today.
Reminder fans that you're watching the MASL on MASL TV on MASLsoccer.com. Catch some of the most exciting live arena soccer action and archives of every MASL game each week only on MASL TV. And get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams. Make sure you're following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. Wave will be right back here at the UW-Milwaukee Panther Arena for their next contest this upcoming Saturday, March 23rd, 6:05 p.m. when they host the Florida Tropics. Call the Wave office for tickets, 414-224-WAVE. You can also order online at MilwaukeeWave.com. Now LSO into the zone, cuts it back left foot, now back to the right. And the shot turned away by Nascimento. Rebound sent back in, comes back out. Bennett with a shot. He and LSO standing right next to each other. Ian took it, well struck, but rejected by the Ambush as we approach 7 minutes left to go.
The Wave really have to think when they get to those angles down deep of sliding it across the front. Paulo comes so far off his line. Saw it earlier on the Bennett goal. But space is there at the back post.
Josh Lemos coming into the attacking half first time today. Again in the fourth quarter, keepers can bring it on their attacking half of the field. Now Luan will play it across to Max Ferdinand. Ambush defense shifting as they go back for Lemos. Josh, of course, no stranger to carrying the ball into his attacking half. He used to do it all the time before the rule change this year. Ball poked loose. Bennett with a back heel off the frame. Oh, that would have been spectacular from IB, looking for the hat trick, now pressuring Nascimento. And he is able to clear it out of there. Long ball ahead, Everton. Grable trying to track it down, but Reggett has it. Reggett launches up into the stands, and it'll be a goalkeeper distribution for Milwaukee after our media timeout. Still even, 4-4 coming down the stretch here at Panther Arena. Don't go anywhere, fans. We are coming back. This is Wave Soccer on MAS. Trying to see if he can get the Wave over the hump here in Milwaukee against the St. Louis Ambush, tied at 4, 6 minutes left to go. Sam went along with the Wave Hall of Famer Art Kramer. And here we go, Art, right to the wire.
Well, you mentioned getting over the hump. I guess the bigger question for me is, can the St. Louis Ambush get over the hump against the Milwaukee Wave? 23 in a row. Do they really believe that they can defeat the Milwaukee Wave?
We will know within the 6 minutes or so, as Justin Stinson is put down, foul is called.
Talked about it being a big game for the Ambush, also a big game for the Wave. They want to try to keep pace with San Diego, the best record in the league.
2 other games going on in the MASL right now. Here's the takeaway, Marcio, Robert Renault walking in, lays it off, shot the goal! What a play there! As Renault on the run to Marcio, and Milwaukee grabs the lead at 5-4.
What vision that time by Robert Renault, seemingly having eyes in the back of his head. He spots Marcio with the overlapping run. Look at this. What vision to find Marcio.
Leite with his 8th of the year as Renault gets his 13th assist. 23 points overall for Robert. And Marcio now at 22 with his first point of the game. That was vintage Marcio starting the play from the back to Renault, and Robert again with just a superb distribution to Marcio, who walked it in for the go-ahead goal.
Robert Renault has had some injury problems this season, but that guy's soccer IQ is as high as anyone in this league.
Native of Laval, Quebec. As we've always said, Art, he sounds like a guy who should be playing in the AHL instead of the MASL, but he knows soccer and he knows indoor soccer. Thomas was trying to set up and look like Laidley in the middle of the box, and the Wave able to deflect out of there.
Think about the 2 goals Robert's been part of today. The first one, a great little dummy, and leaves it for Ian Bennett, and then that one right there. Not sure you even ever saw Marcio, but he knew he was there.
Ruggles almost able to step up and get a steal, but the Ambush retained possession. Acosta dispossessed that time by Chino, sends it up along the board. Here comes Ruggles, running with Bradley. It's 2-on-3. Ruggles lays it across. Bradley coming on, shot on goal! Another counterattack goal for Milwaukee as Yes, sir, Alex chips it into the back of the net, and the Wave leads it 6-4.
The Wave breaking it open here late against the ambush. What a nice weighted pass that time by Drew Ruggles. Took just enough off of that pass to allow Bradley to run on, and then a deft little chip by Bradley. Beats Paulo. Look at that pass by Ruggles, and then the clinical finish that time by Bradley. And bang, bang, the Waves strike twice very quickly here to extend their lead.
Alex with his 12th of the year also has 3 assists for 15 points as Drew Ruggles gets his 7th assist to go along with 10 goals, 17 points. And Milwaukee with its first 2-goal lead of the game. And as you said, Arts, in a matter of 90 seconds, coming back from the media timeout, the Wave has taken control of this match. And the St. Patrick's Day crowd loving it here in Milwaukee.
Always said that at the professional level, the psychological aspect of the game means so much. Every one of these guys is a professional soccer player because they got the technical ability, the physical ability, but what really separates players at the professional level is the psychological side, and you're seeing it right here. The Wave just psychologically a stronger team. They've shown it over the last 23 times they've played these guys.
Trying to beat the ambush for the 4th consecutive time this year and the 24th time in the last 5+ seasons. One more meeting between the clubs. It'll come up Friday, March 29th in St. Louis, 7:35 in the Family Arena. And I got to believe, Art, that'll still be a big game for St. Louis in their quest to possibly get into the postseason. And I have to believe Family Arena will be rocking for the season finale for St. Louis between these clubs. So,
well, if they don't get it here, you're right. They're going to need to win the last 2 for sure. They've had Kansas City's number this year. They've won 4 out of 5 against the Comets. But they're going to need to beat the Wave one time to get in my opinion.
Yeah, their next match will be coming up in Kansas City against the Comets on Saturday, March 23rd. 6th attacker into the game now is Lucas Almeida for the ambush. Chino with great pressure. Chino is dragged down by Reagan. He's going to go to the box. Boy, what an effort by Chino. Just relentless to draw the penalty.
And that's just a silly penalty there by Zach Reagan. Can't afford to take a penalty there. Right there, slams Chino into the boards and then yanks him down from behind. For all the good things Zach Reagan has done this season for the ambush, not a smart penalty at this stage of this game.
Reagan will go for holding or pushing. Take your choice at 10:58 of the 4th period. And the Wave can really take the leverage here if they score a power play goal. Still 4:02 left to go, but a power play goal from Milwaukee might just seal the verdict against the ambush.
As Wayne Larrivee would say, Tom, it would be your dagger in this one.
I think so. Wave today is 1 for 2 on the power play. Ambush again is only killing penalties at about 45% this year. Milwaukee converting at 52. LSO! Turning shot off the frame. Wave still with it. Now, Max tried to set up LSO off the wall. Gets it back. And will play it back Chino. Max tried to send it across. He's looking for Ian at the far post. LSO in the middle! Good look there by Max. And again, Luan a bit unlucky as he was high on the shot. Chino again. Chino gets it back from Max. Try maneuver pass Sharp at the top of the St. Louis defense. Sharp, Stinson, Souza, and Acosta, the penalty killers for St. Louis. Still 1:10 left to go, man advantage for Milwaukee. Now, Nascimento comes out to intercept that play. Good read by the St. Louis keeper. He has been very active today.
1 minute left in the power play for the Wave.
If the ambush kill it off, they still are very much alive in this contest. Marcio looking for Ian Bennett, and again, the ambush intercede.
the Wave power play would end at 2:01 left in the game if the ambush were to kill it off.
Chino got called for the foul there. It was Chino's relentless effort that drew the penalty from Zach Reggett that set up the power play for Milwaukee. Back to Nascimento. He's certainly skilled enough to push up field if they have the advantage. Now Chino away from the boards. Over to Ian. Ian trying to draw the keeper out. Back for Max. Over to Ian. Redirection. Couldn't find the back. Marcio gets it now. 10 seconds on the power play. Bennett with a shot, but that one too high. As Curiel tracks it down for Milwaukee.
And if you're the Wave, you want to hold it right now. There's only 5 seconds left. Back it out and make St. Louis chase.
Max.
There you go.
With Reggett coming out. And as you called for, Art, they send it back to the keeper. I'll credit the ambush with a good penalty kill, but time running out. Bennett with a header! Off the long ball from Lemos.
Paulo should have taken a timeout there. Well, now the Wave's going to bail him out with a foul.
Chino with another foul. That might be his third in this half. He'll have to be careful now.
Here comes Everton as the 6th attacker.
Ambush running out of time. Just 90 seconds left to go. Almeida, who earlier was the 6th attacker, now yields to Everton. They go to the corner. Clayton is cut off on the play. Ruggles outlet deflects off his teammate Bennett. St. Louis will keep it. Everton loads up for a shot that's off the mark. Chino turning far corner, absorbs the hit from Stinson. St. Louis eventually comes up with it. Now just a minute to go. Hain up to Bennett. Chino toward the empty net. This one's got a chance. You can put it on the board. And the Wave wrapping up the victory here today. Bennett will get the assists. And Milwaukee leading 7-4 with just 54.4 seconds left to go.
Good composure that time by Ruggles to find the empty net. She said it. Ian Bennett picks up the assist.
I think I said Chino, that was Ruggles. Drew getting the goal, his 11th of the year. Bennett with an assist. Ian with 2 goals and assists today. And there's the veteran from Fayetteville, North Carolina, out of Georgia Southern University. Drew Ruggles putting the icing on the cake here today. Well, I'll tell you, Art, the Wave had to work for everything here to get a victory today over the rapidly improving St. Louis ambush.
Now the ambush with a spirited effort here this afternoon. There's folks in Orlando and Kansas City that are breathing a little bit easier. Kansas City with a big game coming up here this afternoon against Florida in that race for the final playoff spot in the South Central.
Was 2-0 early. The Tropics jumping on the Comets for a couple of goals. We'll try to see if we can get you an update here. But make no mistake about it, big win for the Wave. They will go to 17-3, 8-1 here in the home turf. The ambush will drop to 10-12, 5-6 away from home, which is the same record, identical records home and away for the ambush. Fans cheering here, and boy, I'll tell you, they've seen a great game here today.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about that 23-game streak the Wave have had over the ambush, but give Everton and this ambush organization a lot of credit this season. From 4 wins to 10, and they still got a couple games left. They've done a really nice job here in this 2018-19 campaign.
Well, this would be Everton's final appearance here at the arena if the Wave does not play the ambush in the playoffs. And it's certainly been an outstanding career for him and outstanding to watch him both as a home team and a visitor. Robert Renaud coming in, the clock expired, so unfortunately for Robert, that one won't count. But I don't think he's going to get too despondent about it. And meanwhile, we got a little pushing and shoving at the end there, but I think things are going to, well, just as I say that, the officials trying to intercede. Final score, Wave beats the ambush 7-4. We're coming back with more in the postgame. This is Wave Soccer on MASL TV.
and they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. 'Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say that.
We welcome you back to UW Milwaukee Panther Arena, where we wrap up today's Milwaukee Wave victory. It's the Wave 7, the Ambush 4, and let's begin with our all-state save of the game from this monster, Mr. Josh Lemos. Great game today, Josh.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming out.
We take a look at the saves here. It got pretty intense there at the end of the game, but you were on point today.
I wouldn't say 4 goals is on point, but the defense did their job. We did our job. We came out with the win. That's the most important thing.
All right, Josh Lemos, our goalkeeper, and the all-state save of the game. Now we go into our hardest working player of the game, the Professional Construction Incorporated hardest working player of the game. Who gets it? Our halftime profile, baby, Mr. Ian Bennett. Congratulations, nice win today.
Thanks, man. It was crazy. I don't think Jules is going to give us any days off anymore because we kind of started off flat. But, I mean, second half we picked it up. We showed the league what we're all about, and we showed St. Louis that we're the team to play.
And just because we have clinched the South Central Division in the Major Arena Soccer League doesn't mean we become complacent. We work harder than ever as we get ready for that postseason appearance.
Yeah, that's what we got to get going. We had a late start. I think just our defense wasn't there. Our tempo wasn't there. But we obviously sorted it out. And second half, we came out flying.
And it just goes to show that there's always something to work on in practice. So I'm guessing it's going to be pretty intense again next week.
Man, it's arena soccer, man. This is what it's all about, man. You got to keep playing. You got to bring your A game because it could be any team's night and any given day. So we just got to keep playing and we got to keep working and keep training. And I think we'll be all right.
Our hardest working player of the game, Professional Construction Incorporated. You got to put the hard hat on, Ian. Ian Bennett. All right, Wave fans, let's wrap up this broadcast, send it back up to Tom and Art. Gentlemen?
All right, thanks, Van. And again, the Wave with the 7-4 win against the St. Louis Ambush today. Art Kramer, any final thoughts on this one?
Good win. The Wave needed it to keep pace with San Diego, and really the season starts for San Diego March 31st. They got Ontario, they got Tacoma, then they got RGV and Monterey. So they're going to need to win probably 3 of those 4.
Wave trying to see if they can secure the top seed in the Eastern Conference. As San Diego over in the West, as we take a look at how the goals were scored today after Milwaukee jumped out on the power play goal by LSO. It was St. Louis for the next 3. One of those goals scored by Stefan Saint-Louis. But a big win for Milwaukee today as they come back in the second half. Wave will be back on the turf here this upcoming Saturday. For Art Kramer, Tom Wynn, and the production crew wishing you a good one. We're gone.